shit. This 1,000. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Shit, you coming? Spin the check and get it right back.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Eazyy TV bringing you guys another Division 2 video. Today, man, I got another PVE all around raid build, PVE, solo PVE, whatever you want to do. Anything PVE wise, this is one of the most ultimate builds that you can have. It is very phenomenal in the raid and also for level 4 control points, heroics, all that stuff, man. It's multiple different ways I will show you guys to run this build and how I do change it around in certain situations. But all around, the build is at 121 damage to elites. You can get more damage to elites if you got mods or a better mask. But without further ado, let's get into the build. All right, so right now, this is what I run and that I have made better for the raid. All right, so we have a Gila mask. The Gila mask has health and damage to elites, and then hard hitting on that. So that's what a one piece. There's some, you really don't need the skill power mod because you're not running skill power, but that's cool if you want to. We're running a Overlord chest piece. Now I know y'all gonna be like, hey, you running Overlord, but you're not running a rifle. It's really not for the rifle. I hate the fact that you have to sacrifice a couple pieces just to be able to get the total armor and damage to elites, but it's all good. If you're into rifles, by any means, go ahead and use it. I am going to tell y'all the pros and cons of running this build, and on top of that, how to critique it and make it better than what I actually have if you have the pieces. All right, so with the chest piece, I'm not sure if an Overlord chest piece can get 2 talents. If you can, your ideal chest piece, like you guys see, I have total armor, weapon damage, and more armor. If you could, I would go with those 2 armors in the weapon damage, but I'll try to get the weapon damage up to like 10 plus weapon damage so you can actually hit harder than what you're doing now. And if you could get 2 rolls on the chest piece, I would go with, just because you only have 8, I would go with Unstoppable Force, and I would go with damage to elites. All right. Unstoppable Force grants you more weapon damage after you kill any type of enemy, and hard hitting gives you the damage to elites, and there's the mods for that. This might be a little lengthy because I'm going to break down. I want you guys to actually listen to what I'm telling y'all so y'all can figure out how y'all want to run y'all build, and it might actually help make your build better. All right, so the holster, I run a Fenris. The Fenris holster, I will want more health. I have one with like 40,000 health on the holster, but I haven't really rolled it yet, but this is fine right here. Oh, I did roll it. I'm gonna show y'all where I rolled it on. So this got 30,000 health and crit chance. You really don't need the crit chance. You can go with like more cooldown reduction or health on kill or something like that if you want to. And that has hard hitting as well. It does not come with the mod. The backpack is a Petrov. Now with the backpack, you can get a better backpack, better Petrov backpack than this. Mine's is actually kind of low roll on some of the armor and the health and weapon damage style. I got a backpack with like 9% weapon damage on it, and I can't roll that on there because I actually roll hard hitting. So if you can get a better backpack, your ideal would be you can go with like cooldown reduction. I would go double the armor if you could, like total armor and armor, and then higher weapon damage. And then I will also go with hard hitting. Sometimes your backpack can get hard hitting and it can get hardened on it. And if you can get both of those on it, you actually have more armor than what I have right now. All right. So for the gloves, it's an Overlord gloves. It has 11% LMG damage and skill power. Instead of that skill power, I would want more health. I have gloves with like 20,000 health on there that can get me over that 100K with this build, but I just haven't found the Overlord gloves to actually give me the LMG hard hitting and the blue that I can roll more health on. And there's no mod on that one as well. And then the knee pads are pretty good. They got 10 point. I haven't seen anything higher than 10.5 total armor. It might be something out there, but that has hard hitting as well. Now, if you could get 2, You can go with like patience and hard hitting if you want to, if you could get 2, but I know a lot of pieces do not get 2. So maybe you can, maybe you can't. But my ideal knee pads will be patience and hard hitting. And then there's the mod for that as well. All right, so I'm using the M249 tactical. It has unhinged, Allegro, and greased. And then I have an 8% damage to elites mod, a 50 round mag. I advise you guys to go with the gunner specialist if you're going to do any type of PVE stuff. I think it's the best specialist for PVE other than everything else, especially if you're running an LMG build. So you can get that 50 round mag, and then it has crit chance, and then another 5% damage to elites. Now you guys need to get this this EXPS3 scope. If you do not have that, you should have one that has like a 5%, but this one gives you an additional 3%. All right, so you guys will want to go with that. My secondary is an Eagle Bear. A lot of you guys won't have this. I only really run the Eagle Bear because of it gives me protected fire. So when I'm shooting with my LMG, I get I get a armor bonus, and it's a good assault rifle anyway. So if you're gonna run an assault rifle and you do not have the Eagle Bear, please go with like a P416, a AKM, a G36, a FAL. It's a lot of different assault rifles you can go with, and you need to build around Optimus, in my opinion, so you can get that damage. Optimus is 5 or less reds. If you go over that 5, you won't be able to use Optimus, so just be careful on what you're actually doing. All right, so that's it for that. And then the skills that I'm running is the chem launcher and the drone. It really don't matter with that. And then I want to show you guys, for the people who's like, oh, where's your health? All right, so this is what happens. This is how I change around the build. I change the holster around. I don't mind losing the buff from the AR for Fenris because it's solely like an LMG build, but I made it into a hybrid where I can get buffs from both. So what I would do is, I'm gonna tell you guys where I get my maximum amount of damage from. The exotic holster gives me my maximum amount of damage, and on top of that, it's the best holster in the game. All right, there is no way that none of you guys that's watching this video should not have this holster. This holster is very easy to get. All you have to do is YouTube it. I think a couple people have like how to get the holster, and you don't just need it for the pistol. You got the quick draw is the best thing on here. Swapping to your pistol reloads all weapons. I never have to reload my 150 round mag LMG. I burn with my LMG, double tap Y, switch to my pistol, come back, boom, I got my stuff back. All right, so I will run this, and the only reason why I run this is because of quick draw, and on top of that, I can use more damage. So instead of my gun being at 28, almost 28, it's at 31.5, and it actually hits more than 31.5 once you guys start seeing when I test it out. All right, but you be like, hey, we want more tankiness. All right, well, I got y'all. So this right here, if I use my Murakami holster, my Murakami holster has 6% health and 43,000 health on it with a utility slot. Now the only thing about this with this one in the exotic holster is that you lose 10% damage to elites, but you're still at 111% damage to elites. So you're still in a good position to where your damage to elites is good. So right here, if you want more of a tank, you can run it this way. All right. Now, if you could get a Murakami with hard hitting on it by any means, if you can get that roll, that's phenomenal for you. I haven't seen a Murakami with hard hitting on it, but if you could get one and it's in the game by any means, you would be perfect with this, and you won't have to lose no type of damage to elites for this. All right, so this is for my people right here that wants to run a more tanky version. The armor is good. Also, it's almost at that 11 phase, and if you're going to get it to that 11 blues, then you might want to go with Unbreakable or Blood Circle on the chest piece. I say Unbreakable because it gives you the armor. All right, so you can run it in that way. My way right now, I love running it with, I start off with this, and then when I get to a certain boss in the raid, like with hazard protection and stuff like that, I will switch to that Murakami chest piece, so that holster, so I can have more health. All right, that's how you would want to run this build in particular. Now let's show you guys the numbers that I'm talking about. So you're at basically almost 30k weapon damage on the LMG, and then you're at 30% all arm weapon damage and 43%. So you're in an additional 73% for weapon damage all around. 73% on the weapon damage, which is not bad at all. Like I said, you can get a backpack that has, I've seen a backpack with like 9 and 10. You can wear a weapon damage backpack to get your weapon damage even up more than what it is than what I have now. And then there's the 121 damage to elites and then 1% armor damage. Now, if you do have damage to elites mod, the ideal damage to elites mods, if you could get it, would be LMG damage, weapon damage, and damage to elites. That's the mods that you would want to stack into for this build. All right. So I want to show y'all the numbers, and I want to show y'all the numbers with the other holster. All right. So me and Kamikaze Von Doom was testing our builds. Our builds are almost similar in damage, but for some reason now I'm only hitting, I was hitting like 80k per bullet. Now I'm hitting 75k, which is still not bad at all. You shred within the blink of an eye. But you guys got to also factor in, it's going to hit a little bit harder than that because I do have damage to armor, and then you have your damage to targets out of cover. All right, so let's go ahead and reset this, and I want to show you guys what the build is actually doing. And I do just per like 1 per shot. All right, so just for 1 bullet right there, with 75,650 0.3k for the bullet. But if you look at my numbers, I'm actually hitting 76,307. So it's not registering. It's either one, the range does not calculate damage to armor, or 2, it doesn't calculate damage to targets out of cover. It's one of the 2 that it doesn't do. All right, so I'm actually hitting see, for that one right there, it was 75.6. So I think it's the damage to armor that it doesn't calculate, because it's actually that's almost 100k crit right there, but it's actually 75.65, which is the base basically for the whites. When you see the blues, it's 76, so it's not calculating the damage to armor up in here. So you're actually hitting harder than what you think you're hitting for this build. All right, so that's just with that. I'm gonna show you guys this thing shreds within a blink of an eye. This super easy. I love using this for the raid, man. It's an amazing build, I'm telling y'all, man. I actually have this saved. I don't just make builds and be like, oh, here's the build, like, and don't use it. It's actually saved. So this is amazing build right here. And for you guys that want to see what that holster does, that exotic holster, here you go. See, I'm at 76 bullets. Just double tap and switch back, 150 in the mag. So you can dump out as much as you want to. So that's what that damage to elites as well. But let me go back and show you guys what the AR damage does with that as well, with the Fenris. I am going to be going through a lot of breakdowns because I want you guys to understand what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and what you could do with your builds. All right, so with the AR, we're looking at 45, 63, that's a crit. 45, 83, but as you guys can see, like I said, it's higher damage on the blue than it is on what is showing actually, because of the damage to armor, and it crits at 60, and then it goes up because of the 29% damage to health. So once that armor goes, then the AR buff actually kicks in. All right, so you're almost at 60k per shot for damage to elites once that armor is gone. All right, so now we're going to switch over to my favorite holster, which is the damage holster, and I'm going to show you guys the damage that it does right here. So you're at almost 32k weapon damage, almost 32k weapon damage, and then you have basically 34% all weapon bonus, and then basically like 50, we're gonna round it up, 50% LMG damage, and you calculate that, that's 84% damage right there. 84% damage, but you're at 111% damage to elites because we switched out the holster and we're missing it. So yes, you get way more damage but you're losing 10%. And it's all good because I'm gonna show you guys why it doesn't matter which way you do it. It's just however you want to do it. All right. So now with this, we hitting 76.4 and it's really 78K. If you guys look at it, you see the blue numbers in front. It's 78K, almost 80K per bullet, but it's showing 76.4. And you got to always factor in as well the damage to armor as well. And then also you have to factor in that we have more weapon damage now from the holster because it gives you 2 reds. All right. So as you guys can see, it's almost 80K for damage. And then the base whites is 76. All right. So it ain't too bad at all. Like I said, that 2 shreds just as fast as the other one. I like this one better because of the swapping. But if you want to go with way more damage to elites by any means, man, you can do that, man. And it doesn't affect the build at all. So this is what you're getting right here. And then with the AR, you don't have the AR buff, but it actually still puts out damage of having 111% damage to elites and having the weapon damage. So as you guys can see, that's what that right there. Now I'm doing only the elites because you can kind of stack more damage into the name bosses, like damage over time. It's all good, but I just show you guys that. See if I can get one closer. I'm trying to get a target closer to me, especially with the AR, with the LMG. Are you going to come over or are you going to stay back there? That's fine. So like I said, it's different ways that you can run this build. I just showed you guys multiple different ways that you can run it, how to make it better. I also want to show you guys this. This is what's crazy about the build, right? The premeditated shotgun, which we all know is crazy damage. You see it's at 182. Where premeditated, it one-shots. It one-shots. So we're going to put it back on elite. And this is not even built around shotguns. If you actually want to build a shotgun build, all I would do is copy this build or make it similar to this build, go into the weapon damage and roll shotgun damage on the gloves. That's all I would do for that extra damage for shotgun. All right, so let me try to get this as close as possible. All right, so with premeditated, watch what happens. And it's not built into shotgun damage at all. Do y'all see that? That's crazy. And see what kind of damage we can get with the optimal range. Not bad at all. And that's like AR rifle damage range with this thing. So now, let's say we get away from this and we want to go all damage to elites, right? With our Fenris holster, we want to go 122. It actually hits a bit harder. I'm going to show you guys when this thing get closer. Come on, why are you starting? I don't understand why they don't come down here. All right. So this is what premeditated with 120. Well, it ain't even gonna be 121% because we don't have the mods. This is what's happening with that. This is not even built into any type of like shotgun damage, anything like that. I actually earlier I was one-shotting these yellows with premeditated. It was ridiculous. I was one-shotting with premeditated. But hopefully this helped you guys out so you guys can have a blueprint on how to make the build better. Some people said they were stuck at 100%. Some other people said they were stuck at 90-something%. Hopefully this build helped you guys out. Always leave a thumbs up, man. Please, if you guys like the video, leave a comment down below on how you would switch it around maybe. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that sub button and notification button. It's your boy Eazyy TV, and I'm out.